Oh, who missed? He fucking missed.
I'm out on Coop. I'm out on Coop.
Dog. The only one who missed is Saints.
That's how the Falcons.
Because he always made those a rare miss by your boy.
Right. I meant to take them again.
Welcome to the loss. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve days like this?
It is 7:30 in the morning. I just woke up to the Bills coming back over the Ravens. I went to bed after D-Hop had the one-handed catch. I'm like, oh, they're up 2 scores. They have Derrick Henry. They're not losing. And then if you told me they scored again on a Derrick Henry 50-yard run, I'm just looking at box scores. I'd have been like, oh, so they definitely lost. But no, I woke up to a Bills comeback, and I didn't watch it, unfortunately. But I don't give a fuck because I won this week. That game last night doesn't fucking matter because I won. All right, I'm 1-0. Justice League is 1-0. The Justice League doesn't fucking lose, and this is a big week because this is a division rivalry week. And I was favored to lose this week. Going into the week, I had like a 32% chance of winning, and we came out on top.
Week 1 has been an utter disaster from the minute football started with George Pickens ripping people's heads off and just getting PIs drawn, but never fantasy points. And then I remembered, oh, this is exactly what happened last year. Why didn't I just think of that, you know? I didn't think of it. And then I drafted George Pickens. And then he puts up 6 points, and then Justin Herbert puts up 8 points. And then, you know, going into Sunday, the vibes are just kind of low for me because when you have a player who underperforms and then your opponent has a player that overperforms, like you're just so far in a hole that everything needs to start clicking. And spoiler, things did not click.
Olave. He's my number 1 player right now, I think. Achan. I mean, the Dolphins have ran 4 plays in the first half. Jamar Chase is now Andre Yoshivas all of a sudden with number 6 target behind Noah Fant in his fucking offense.
And the worst part about losing to J-Mo is obviously it's a division game, but J-Mo's like, it's like he's nephew Steen, right? I'm Uncle Steen, he's nephew Steen. It's like I'd imagine this is what it feels like when the first time you play basketball against your son in the driveway and you didn't let him win and he beats you. You know what I mean?
But yeah, we're 1-0. We stay positive. We move on. Next week, I got Jordan Love, Matthew Golden, Tucker Kraft on Thursday Night Football versus the Commanders. So I'm heavy in on the Packers, just like Jack is with the Dolphins. Paid off in this week, even though Matthew Golden only had 2 points. Tucker Kraft had 9, and it came from just a touchdown. We'll see how that continues, but the Packers look good. My only complaint about my team, Kenneth Walker, could be cooked, but that's why we drafted a shit ton of running backs. I have DeAndre Swift. We'll see how Jordan Mason does tonight.
What you got?
Connor scored, which is nice, but first round pick Malik Neighbors got the worst fucking quarterback in the league.
Dude, you're going to have a whole half of just Neighbors targets.
Say it again. I'm going to manifest that.
Russell Wilson, the worst fucking quarterback I've ever seen in my life. But the fact that Neighbors put up 5 and 70, Russ yesterday looked as bad as Tua or Bryce Young. Like, it was bottom of the tank. And we still got 12 points. To me, it can't actually get worse. And Malik Neighbors might be the GOAT for somehow still putting up 12 points.
On the positive side, you know, no one got hurt on my team, except for Jawan Jennings. I think he got hurt. Chris Olave got killed at one point during the game. Devon Achan's entire offense got killed. Jamar Chase, what a fucking loser bot. Third overall pick he was today. Just not great. Just not great week 1 performance from the squad.
I have no flaws. Wide receiver depth, flaws, but running backs, I'm 1-0 and I'm staying positive. To be honest, I'm not even going to gloat about my team this week. What I am going to say is that everyone else's team fucking sucks. No one in this league has a good team. Sexy, worst team, sexy. Your team fucking sucks.
Of all the weeks, I can't play sexual, right? As bad as my team did, I mean, I basically already have sexy beat right now without 3 guys going in my lineup, so.
Sexy, how you feeling?
Not great. If I started my bench and I benched my starters, I'd be looking fantastic right now. But The Bengals do nothing. Kamara's the only one on my team that's done anything. I guess Tyler Warren's looking pretty good too. But all my running backs, besides Kamara, in shambles.
I don't think week 1 could have gone worse for me. We are currently in the late slate of games, and I only have 58 points. It is only week 1, so there is a lot of football left to be played. Look back to week 1 last year. Who were all of the players that were asked? You know, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins. They were also bad last year at the start. So am I significantly worried that this team is fucked? No. I would say, though, I am a little panicked.
I've told this to him his face, so I have no problem saying it. Your team sucks. Casey, your team sucks.
Extremely tough week 1 loss. Running into Derrick Henry against the Bills is probably always going to result in a loss. But I think I'm happy with how my team played. I think I beat like 6 or 7 other teams in the league. Now I don't play by that, but you got to beat who you get matched up with. But for a week 1 pulse check, I feel good about the squad. We put up a good amount of points, especially for a low fantasy scoring weekend.
Now, it was a really low scoring week, to be fair. Like, the highest scoring team, maybe Joe. Could be Joe, highest scoring team. But it's only going to be like 130 points. And basically every team was projected higher than that. JL didn't even have a good week. He put up like 100 points, which is something that you would beat 95% of the time in this league. And yet I'm going to go under 100 points. I feel like this happens every year in week 1, though, so not too surprising.
JL with the Cavs of Destiny here. Here with my week 1 confessional. I'm here to confess things are going very, very well for the big Cavs of Destiny. Week 1, baby, is looking all right. It's looking all right, but we don't want to count our horses. We don't count horses too soon here. The game is not over until the fat J-Mo sings. So, we know week 1 is also a liar. Things change. This week, we turned out victorious, hopefully. Not counting our horses, but hopefully. Bryce Young, we're going to have a talk. You, me, and Guttas are going to have a talk. We have to sit down and talk about your performance, bro, because you had negative for like half of the game. Negative points.
JL, man, I gotta say, I was skeptical in the draft, but I feel really good about his running backs in Amari Hampton and Breece Hall. However, anchor at QB2. JL went in on Bryce Young this year. That brother still ass. So, and he doesn't really have a QB3. Jackson Dart, but when will he see the field? I don't know.
No teams have really established themselves as a huge threat, but I've maybe established myself as the lowest tier threat. I'm not optimistic about my team. I'm feeling much worse than I did a week ago, but I'm not finished with it. I still believe that we can turn this shit around.
Tracy is like the RB3 on the team. Pacheco is the RB3 on his team, so we're cooked.
We're so back.
That's the first fantasy relevant injury, right? Bang! Yo, that TikTok better do fucking numbies right now.
That was like exactly how you called it.
Oh, yeah. That's a collarbone broken. You know what that means?
That was like a
A-chain. Hard.
I need a Jack confession right now.
All right, week 1 recap. Obviously using Jack for clicks. The only thing posted about was that the Miami offense is an absolute disaster class. No one talking about how if I hadn't been flying from Eugene to San Francisco to Miami, that I would have just put Michael Pittman in and won the week. I also scored pretty well. All in on Miami still. Don't feel great after week 1, but like, remember.
Tua is actually the worst quarterback of all time, and if you triple down on him, you didn't like take a piece of him, you didn't invest in him, you didn't double your money on him, you went all in on the Dolphins.
Everyone needs to relax. It's 1 week. Congrats to Joe on the victory.
All right, week 1 done, or it's not done, but mine and Jack's matchup is done. Got the dub. Team did pretty good. I think we put up like one of the highest scoring performances of the week. I'll be humble in my wins and humble in defeat, since it's only my 3rd win of ever in the whole entire league. So
that was huge.
Look who's it. Guess who just got hurt?
Ooh, first injury.
Take a guess.
That was my prediction.
It's not the first injury.
And then straight across.
This brother is so bad.
2 of the go.
How did anyone ever think he was good?
Fantasy week 1 is done, in the books. Guttas loses again like we did last year in week 1, but I'm very positive about my team going forward. Very positive. I know we lost, but I think we had a lot of things going in the right way. Obviously, Ron had 3 players playing in that 80-point game total of Sunday Night Football, so didn't pan out for us there.
I'm a rookie here. I was stressing out all day. Am I going to get my phone out and record during the primetime game? I have James Cook, Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers. Is this going to come down to the wire? And Gut failed to give me a competitive game. Now, all the respect in the world for Gut. He had me on the ropes here for a second. He somehow managed to cheese his way to 8 catches for Dylan Sampson.
Let me tell you about my guy, Dylan Sampson. I was super high on Dylan Sampson. He's my RB2 coming into this class. And I wasn't kidding. He was my RB2 coming into this class. Sexy called me insane. I've always been the type of guy to ride with my guys. Period. I've always been the type of guy to ride with my guys. Everybody knows this. I rode with H-Chan back in 2023. I rode with Bucky Irving last year, and this year I rode with Dylan Sampson. Like, those have been my guys from the draft, from analysis, pre-draft, everything. When they weren't even top 5, top 10 rookie picks in their draft, I was putting them as like my RB1s, RB2s in the classes, and so far, 2 of them, 2 for 2 on those picks. If we can hit Dylan Sampson and go 3 for 3, I feel really good. He got a good amount of work, 12 carries and 8 receptions. I think this is going to be the story for Dylan Sampson. And I said this, if you go even back into my videos, like, he could be a very good passing down threat as well. And we saw today 8 receptions, 64 yards. He's just a quick twitch, get the ball in his hands early type of guy. And that's what it seemed like the Browns wanted to do, which is very encouraging going forward.
17.3 points for Dylan Sampson. But after the Ibuka 2 touchdown game, everything kind of falls apart. CJ Stroud completely falls all over himself, 180 yards, nothing really for Nico Collins. So I go into this night game kind of sleeping soundly. Zay Flowers goes crazy, Lamar Jackson goes crazy, James Cook did fine, and we now sit atop the entire league. I'm looking now across the board at the highest scores this week, and that's us. 149 points.
I think Ron had a really good performance, but obviously everyone's going to be like, oh, well, Dak only had 7 points. CJ only had 8 points. Dak might have played the best 7-point fantasy game I've ever seen in my life. He played fantastic, putting balls in the perfect place. I think that offense is going to boom. He also played the Philadelphia Eagles, which is just one of the hardest defenses to play against in all of football. I think him and CeeDee Lamb will be perfectly fine. I said that before. CJ Stroud and Nico Collins, I think, will also be perfectly fine. It is game 1. They have a lot of new pieces on this offense. They have a lot of young pieces now in this offense. They even now have older pieces on this offense, adding Nick Chubb in the backfield, who actually looks pretty solid. Now, I thought they were going to be able to do better and maybe at least score a few touchdowns in this game, but didn't really go that way. Emeka's obviously was amazing. Trey McBride is going to give me 12 to 15 to 20 points a game. Not too worried about that. Josh Downs, if you would have told me Indy's going to drop 30 points and Josh Downs is only going to get 3 of them, I would have called you insane, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Kyle Pitts, 7 for 8, dog. So I feel good about my team. I feel really good after week 1. I understand it's an L, but I think going forward, we have a lot of room for growth here. And
I will say, I managed to swap out Travis Etienne for Travis Hunter. You guys all bullied me into it. I had Travis Etienne over Hunter at first, just thinking Travis Etienne's probably going to get a fine workload in week 1 versus a bad Carolina defense, and all the comments are like, Ron's got to put Travis Hunter in. So we're done listening to anybody besides myself. But regardless, we sit at the top of the leaderboards. I imagine a lot of these confessionals, people are going to hop on here and say, oh, I hate fantasy football. My team sucks. Everything sucks. The sky's falling. I drafted Kenneth Walker. He's awful.
I guess there are concerns that I should address. Kenneth Walker could be cooked. Could be cooked.
Look, I'm not surprised. We're here. We drafted a good team. We took Lamar. We took Mahomes. We drafted good players. We eat that A.J. Brown 0. I don't know. I wish I could say I'm surprised. I wish I could have took my phone out during the primetime game and said, oh, this is coming down to the wire. But the end of the day, and the fact of the matter is just that it was a blowout. It wasn't close. Rookie season is underway. I can't say I'm surprised. You know, we are on our Odell Beckham, Malik Neighbors, Justin Jefferson, Jaden Daniels type shit. Let's just dominate the league as a rookie. It's only week 1. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here, but I am feeling fantastic. What about the team right now? We have Mahomes, who losing Worthy's going to suck, but he seems to be fine on his own. I love James Cook. Henderson is going to be fine at running back. A.J. Brown's going to bounce back. That's the crazy part. Like, I feel like I didn't even have a crazy week where, like, A.J. Brown completely shits the bed, and even still, Flowers comes through, James Cook comes through. Having elite quarterbacks in a super flex league, shockingly, is a great way to go. So we'll see. Maybe we can get some more fun clips in the future. Maybe we can get some start-sit decisions correct and actually put Travis Etienne in over Travis Hunter. But I'm excited. We're still waiting on Jordan Addison to come back from suspension. We got reinforcements on the way. So I'm excited. On to week 2. Easy win. I'm sure Gut will be better. I got to be honest. I saw the Bill scored a touchdown, and I was like, oh, shit. Is Gut about to kill me with Bill? And he didn't even have Bill in the lineup. But not that it would have mattered. But I don't know. We're on to week 2. Looking great. Feeling great. Probably going to have the highest score in week 1, but championships are not won now. They are won later. Guts behind us, and now we're on to Joe. How did Joe do this week? You know what? Joe put up a respectable 135. I'll see you next week, Joe. That should be fun. Imagine scoring less than 100 points this week. Not me.
Xavier Worthy. I'm sorry, Sexy. That sucks. Rest in peace, Xavier Worthy. Listen, we never wish for injury, but sometimes we're grateful for that, you know? Sometimes we're grateful for an injury. It's cutthroat in the Euro League mates. We're playing for 5K. We need that money, baby. We need another new bathroom. Come on, bring it home, baby. All right, Cavs of Destiny, week 1. Happy to see it.
Will say, though, my bench, there is some optimism. Keenan Allen, definitely going to start him next week. Aaron Rodgers played great. Maybe he's somebody I can look to trade, or maybe I need to hold on to because Bo Nix is ass. So bad. Darnell Mooney, probably back next week. And Drake London, who knows what's going on with him. So, and even Brenton Strange. Not a bad little tight end too. So I'm not giving up on this team just yet.
Everyone in the league, their team's pretty bad. Tony's team of the week. If I were him, I would probably sell high on Garrett Wilson. Like, I know Tony hated his team at the draft. Now he probably thinks he has the greatest team of all time. He's probably swinging too much on the pendulum. I would sell high on Garrett Wilson if I was Tony. Same with Justin Fields with Casey.
All these fucking losers saying that I have no quarterbacks. Justin Fields is literally laying dots into the corner of the end zone. Buckeye to Buckeye. Gut, you don't know a fucking thing. You're one of the dumbest people I know. Second to J-Mo.
We got some good stuff going on, all right? After week 1 on the Jets, things are looking good. The amount of volume from Breece Hall, the volume king, is looking up. Happy to see it. Glad to see it.
All right, Nate checking in here, halftime of the 1 p.m.s. Watching from my brother's house. Life is good in that regard. In terms of New York Jets, loving the offense, exciting football, a team that might be worth watching, less so on defense. Jets lead at halftime. Still not feeling great about the prospects for the game, but we're in position to win the game. Go out and fucking do it. Get some stops. Fuck Aaron Rodgers up. In terms of fantasy, feeling absolutely terrible. Gotta be honest, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, not a stack that I think that highly of. I wouldn't want to be invested in them. That being said, has a touchdown, screwing me over. The only person alive on my team so far on offense is Chase Brown. Not as concerned. You'll get some more points in the later games, but gotta be honest, everyone was picking me, was feeling good about the projections, my position against Adam. He's putting up points with his guys early. I have a bunch of guys early, and only one of them is doing anything. So yeah, feeling terrible, but Jets are winning, beers are flowing, Buffalo chicken dip is on point, so still feeling good, but that could turn very quickly.
Week 1 isn't actually in the books, but I have TJ Hawkinson, JJ McCarthy, and Roma Dunze going tonight. However, it's probably essentially not going to mean anything. I don't even think a Monday Night Miracle can save my team at this point. McCarthy and TJ Hawkinson would have to do, similar things to what we saw last night with the Ravens and the Bills. Speaking of which, that was basically Josh Allen stuck a fork in me. We're cooked this week. We're well done. I don't know. I think overall, I kind of like seeing what I saw from Marv, and that's about where it stops. Dobbins did what I was expecting him to do. Solid, got a lot of work.
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins scored. So look, I can't say too much. He's still got T.J. Hawkinson, Roma Dunze, and J.J. McCarthy to play. A lot of players on Monday Night Football to play where we could see, a third of Adam's team. How are they going to be this year? But I'm mainly pointing out the running back depth. If R.J. Harvey takes over, he doesn't have an RB2.
You can tell yourself that story all you want, right? It's just 1 week, but then it's 2 weeks and 3 weeks. And Genty, round 1. All right. I get it. I get why you all saw this coming and I didn't, okay? Genty looked rough, man. I mean, he's honestly getting hit in the backfield all the time, it felt like, but just didn't really see, at least last week, the pop that I was expecting to. The juice. He doesn't have the juice. And speaking of which, Monday Night Miracle, maybe that's what I need to change my team name to, because that's what we're going to need. And again, even then, I think we're probably SOL. So, Nate, congratulations.
Let's run it. Winners, Tanner Engstrand, great offense. Justin Fields, love you guys. 32 points week 1. You think easy dub, right? Jets, who would have thought? Turns out that's not the case. Losers, got to start with Aaron Glenn. Defense did not show up. 32 points in week 1 against the Steelers team. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdowns. Should be a W. Disgusting. Xavier Gibson, fumble. Get the fuck off my team. Brandon Stevens, get the fuck off my team. And what are we doing going for 2? You get a gift. Folk misses the extra point, and you get another shot at it. Take the points. Don't be cute, all right? This should have been in the bag. Jets offense showed up. Disgusting. Like, you feel like maybe this is a new thing. We're going to beat Aaron Rodgers. It's not the same old Jets. And then it happens like it always happens. So instead of being a 1-0 winning football team with Aaron Glenn, the Jets are 0-1. Disgusting. 32 points should win you a game in week 1 against this team.
Garrett Wilson's doing great. Happy for Tony. Glad he was brave enough to finally take that decision, you know?
It's so funny that the dudes who have the most to say, the dudes with the loudest opinion, are the ones with the worst fantasy performances. I listened to my team get shit on in last week's preview just to be possibly the highest scoring team this week. It's Monday morning. Shit can still happen. I'm up by about 14 points. I have DJ Moore. Casey, who I respect, who has a very respectable team, also has Aaron Jones. So anything can happen in fantasy. I like the spot that I'm in. I don't want to start victory lapping, but I think I'm going to start heading in that direction just a little bit, for guys to just be sitting around on that couch, circle jerking each other's teams, to then struggle to put up 100 points. I mean, Sexy must have left all of his fantasy knowledge in Canada. They didn't let him come across the border with any fantasy relevance. You get 80 points just for showing up, which apparently Sexy Pass's team did not do. And then Nick, oh my God, dude, talking about in his reaction video to the draft, talking about, I'm worried about Tony. He's not editing my videos anymore. I'm worried about Tony. He's not watching my content anymore. Go get a real problem. You want a real problem? Jamar Chase threw up less than 5 points this week. All right, number 3 overall pick scoring less than 5. That's a problem for you. Gutters, your stack, where is it at? What am I supposed to be impressed about? Quarterbacks who don't move? What year is it? J-Mo, you had a pretty good week, J-Mo, not gonna lie. I said that Justin Herbert might have been the worst pick in the entire draft. I was wrong.
Oh, and Justin Herbert? 311, worst pick in the draft. Reach, fuck you. He's the GOAT, top 5 forever. I will call this out now. Early prediction. Today's Monday. Next time Justin Herbert plays Chargers versus Raiders Monday Night Football, I am putting my foot down and saying he's not going to play well, and the Chargers are not going to play well. Everyone's on the Chargers and Justin Herbert's dick right now, including me, but everyone's going to think like, oh, this is a Super Bowl team. I promise you, reality check is coming versus the Raiders.
It turns out that Justin Herbert might have been your only good pick in the draft, and everybody else on your team fucking sucks. It's just funny. I was watching 4 dudes on a couch talking about how they hate my team. I wish I was playing any one of those 4 this week. I would have mopped them. It would have been an absolute no sweat this week. Game would have been done, closed, 1-0 to start the year, and I could have moved on with my day. I'm looking at the league here. There were a lot of free wins this week. Playing Judge this week, that was a bye. Playing Nick this week, that was a bye. Playing Gut this week, that was a bye. Playing Adam this week, that was a bye. So congrats to the guys who won, I guess. But man, what a fucking freebie that was. Somehow Jack even had a more respectable game than that by throwing up 124 points. And he had Tua in the Dolphins stack. He didn't even get the 1 touchdown from Devon Achane. He was starting Tua, Waddle, Hill. What a fucking disaster that stack is. Oh my God. I mean, this was supposed to be prime Miami. I'm concerned for you, Jack. Christian McCaffrey looks healthy, looks spry, looks like he's going to get 400 touches a game. So congratulations for you on that pick until that fucking flops, as it inevitably will. Is there a worse offense to have invested in than Miami? I mean, what happens when Mike McDaniel gets fired? That dude is a fucking lame duck coach at this point. I mean, he gets fired. It's only going to get worse for Miami from this point. So Jack's down a quarterback and 2 receivers already. Christian McCaffrey, his calf, there's just no way it's holding up for much longer than it is now with how many touches he's getting. So Jack, you're toast. Your team's done.
Panthers look bad. I mean, that's what everyone's going to also say is the Panthers fucking blow, and I fully agree. Time to rebuild again for the 16th year in a row. Shout out. That's good shit. That's good stuff. Just when I thought we had a chance of any momentum going in from the end of last year when we dusted the Falcons. It's tough. It's tough. But we move on to week 2. And yeah, see you guys in the waiver wire or the preview for week 2. Whatever is next on the calendar. See you guys then. Appreciate it. Peace.